Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. We are not in a spectacular position. We were in a pretty good place 2 videos ago when all of our numbers were basically the same. But unfortunately, diverging to prepare for war, a potential war, and focusing on fixing our production has meant that we really haven't advanced our tourism very much. It's tough. I mean, we were in a position where we didn't have a lot of production, and it had to be fixed. Harlem is going to be better off soon. This city is kind of not amazing. If we can just get our mass production, or our shipyards finished here, it'll help quite a bit. But we have some population at least. We have to really focus now on generating tourism. So you can see here on the Culture Victory panel, we are actually winning in terms of tourism right now. We have attracted more tourists from the other players than anyone else has. But 9 of 127 is not a spectacular amount of progress. And we're getting to the part of the game where we have to start thinking about the other players potentially winning. We're not that far off of people probably pushing to rocketry. I mean, we're like 150, 200 years away from having to worry about that. I don't know exactly what that is in terms of turns, but it's not great. And Genghis Khan still doesn't like us. Like, he could come back at us at any moment. Would you? No, okay. Just thought I'd give it a shot. Yeah, hopefully the war between Australia and Mongolia is bad or distracting for one of the two of them, because I'm worried about both of them, frankly. Alright, anyway, let's get to focusing. What do we want to do with our envoys? Since I'm no longer concerned about potentially stealing Armagh, we should probably go like this. That's 2 extra culture per turn and 4 extra gold per turn. Getting that base envoy established. We need to get to work on great work buildings and wonders. We're going to get a governor title here, which is important. We need to get Reina leveled up. Australia just completed research on radio, so that gives you some idea how far behind we are. I do not think that it is important for us to finish gunpowder at this moment. I think we got to refocus. If we get dragged into another big war, it's gonna be real bad for us. But we cannot afford to not progress. At this point, we are falling behind. So, I want to get industrialization. The factory will be helpful to us in lots of ways. We probably want to see coal. We definitely want plus production from our mines. We're going to be very reliant on mines. We need more workers. We need to build mines around The Hague. We need to improve that rice. We need to improve this rice, which somehow we still don't own yet. We probably need to settle a couple more cities. We've already... Oh, hey, well, we just took it. We've already gone to 5 cities, so our luxuries are already stretched basically over 2 units of amenity desire, so it doesn't really hurt us to build 3 more cities. I'm thinking somewhere over here to pick up amber and to give us trade access to this ocean. We can maybe trade with Indonesia. And then I wanted to do over here. I'm a little worried about how that'll work out now that there are so many citizens of another empire over here. Alright, Reina needs all promotions from now on. Double adjacency bonus from commercial hubs and harbors. Okay. And then we need probably to swap our people around a little bit. So I'm not sure... What is the state of this city's loyalty? We are plus 13.3. So we could bounce Reina out of here without losing it. At least, as long as the Golden Age is still on. Does her double adjacency bonus... Hold on, what is the wording on that? Double adjacency bonuses. I'm wondering if this causes the industry output of the shipyard to be doubled as well. Because it doesn't say double gold from adjacency bonus, it says it just doubles the adjacency bonus. Well, alright, I'm going to move her to The Hague then. That is not the right button. I always click that one. Alright, Pignala can stay where he is. Honestly, Magnus doesn't need to be in Rotterdam anymore. Yeah, if we start having loyalty problems, we can move Magnus over. Alright, we're mostly just repairing stuff. We do need to get some wonders down. Bolshoi Theater is a pretty good one. It'd power up our theater square even more. 26 turns, huh? How long do we have left in the era? Alright, so we'll have our extra industry bonus for all of those turns. Okay. I would love to build a workshop. I'd love to repair my temple. Let's repair the temple first. The temple's quite a bit of faith and culture. Alright, Katarja is never, ever going to let go of the fact that we have different governments. John Curtin just built Big Ben, and I assume he is insanely rich because of it. I'm going to try this. 26 turns is not awesome, but we have to get some of the culture-focused Great Wonders. We need Great Work slots. We need more Great People points. Alright, now that it's been a couple of turns, things have cooled down. Let's see if we can... absolutely not. Not ever. You just denounced me. What do you even... Katarja, we are not friends. Zanzibar's been defeated. That's a shame. I was making money off of them. Why can't everybody just work together to help us make money? So it looks like the... Well, she's not established yet. Let's get back to working on this. We need some builders. I can just buy one. We're quite a few turns off of a reshuffling of our cards, and you know, I don't know if I was going to put the extra charges for builder's card in. I don't even know what I would take out. Like, we kind of need a lot of our stuff. Basically, where I'm at right now is I don't feel like it's super likely we're going to win this one, but I don't think we're out of it either. We didn't have a great start. We had kind of a soft start. I would say that our start was not bad. It was fine. So we need production more than anything here. It's a shame that we don't really have a lot of positions where we can build polders adjacent to other polders. That's really what you want to be doing with them. Like, we could do it over here. There could be a polder here and a polder there. I'm going to focus on getting some mines up for now. But we do want to construct some polders. When that comes up, we're going to have even more money. As you can see, we're pretty devoted to the strategy of using money as a substitute for production. Money is something we can handle. Okay, Mongolia just took Carthage from us. That's fine, I don't actually want Carthage's suzerain bonus. I do like having Carthage in case Genghis Khan declares war on us, though. How does he have so many envoys? Alright, I think we should probably run trade routes. I'm trying to think here. We want to get stuff done here, obviously. But also, like, running a trade route out of The Hague doesn't seem insane to me. The big problem is that we can't trade with our ally very easily from anywhere except the west coast. You know, we might be able to get a trade route over the water. Water trade routes sometimes have very long ranges. Yeah, you just stand right there and be ready for the re-declaration of war, which may happen. How close are we to the next great artist? Is that a thing that's happening anytime soon? It is not. 27 great scientist points. Great Scott. So Alfred Nobel's cool. Applies 20 free great people points toward all great people. Not just all the ones that are up now. Every great person forever. It's pretty good. 18 great engineer points. Jeez. Okay. It's pretty likely Australia's going to win, I think. Australia's looking like they're really pushing that science victory. We could interfere with that, by which I mean reduce them to radioactive vapor. Which we may have to pursue as a long-term defensive option. Man, I still don't have my government plaza. It would be nice to have access to those cards, to the government legacy cards. We need to make some museums. So if we make an art museum, we're more likely to be able to get theming going among our art museums, but it's faster to acquire archaeology. You know, the relics are everywhere. You really want at least 3 of each. If you build some of one type, you want to try to get to 3. 3 is where it gets, like, in my opinion, pretty easy to theme them. You have enough slots to, like, swap works around and... We have got to get more trade routes out. Cannot have my great works. John Curtin is trying to trade my victory condition away from me so that he can continue on with his. It looks like her bonus does, in fact, double the production you get from a shipyard. Man, that makes her much more powerful than I had realized. See, we're still learning stuff. The expansion mechanics are not super clear to me. So I cannot, unfortunately, reach Australia with any of my trade routes, so we're just going to run to Amsterdam. Okay, Lighthouse gives us access to another trade route. Let's talk to Genghis and see if we can get something going here. We've got to get him to declare friendship. Favorable trade deal thing is running out. The allied with enemy and declared friendship with enemy things are lowering in intensity, but he still does hate John Curtin. Still friendly with Hojo. Having different governments is tough. So he's a monarchy. We are not going to monarchy. That's just not happening. We don't really have a lot of options for making friends with him. The diplomacy systems are a little bit limited. So basically, we need to reestablish a trade route with him. I think that would be helpful. We're always going to be plus cavalry. We can improve our science output. That might help a little bit, but I'm imagining that the number that he would require from us is probably out of reach at this point. I don't know what the values are for those agendas that want you to produce a lot of whatever, but at this point in the game, with us not having focused on science, I have a hard time imagining we'll be able to catch up to whatever his numbers are. Alright, so what tiles are we actually working here? We are still working this terrible unimproved tile, so let's build one more mine. And we're probably going to be spending most of our gold on builders for a while. Like I said, I do still want to settle some more cities. I'm thinking here's not too bad. We could just settle on top of the copper, strip the copper out, but if we settle here, we can aqueduct, just build an aqueduct in the space that's adjacent to both our city and the mountain. We get the fish, we get a decent harbor position, and we get the amber. And it's close enough to our other cities that I can't imagine it will be a problem, loyalty-wise. So when we get our horses back from whoever it is that I gifted them to, we can give those to Genghis Khan. That'll help a little bit. Our dies are on... Our second copy of dies is on loan to John Curtin. I guess Genghis has his own dies, doesn't he? I think he does.
A common mistake that people make.
It still might work as a gift, though. I actually don't know. Okay, so, like, skyscrapers would be a very useful thing to have. Definitely going to put in retainers. I think this is the red policy that makes the most sense now. Yeah, I'd like to run skyscrapers. Public works would also be nice. But we really need these policies, especially... aesthetics, I guess, is the one that maybe can go the most. As strange as that sounds. We're really behind on science. We have to catch up a little bit. Yeah, our culture output could take a little bit of a hit. Because the fact is, like, even if we got to archaeology and stuff, we couldn't make use of it right now. But I would love to get this wonder. Promote you again. Plus gold per turn for citizens in the city. Alright. That's a good amount of money. She just needs one more governor title to get to the point where we probably want to... See, once she's doubling our tourism output from great works in her city, we either are going to need to swap her to the capital, or we're going to need to, like, hurry up with the theater square over here. And that's what it is. It's hurry up with the theater square, right? So as it stands now, we'll finish industrialization the same turn that we finished the Bolshoi Theater. Get a great writer. I don't think I want to be trading off my great works at this point. I do think we need to be making theater squares. Yeah, Harlem is much better suited to production than it once was, because this is 6 production right here. We need to acquire this tile and build a mine on it. Builders are 360 now. What will that tile cost us? Another 150. Oof. And lots of powerful Mongolian cavalry, apparently going across the ocean to fight Australia. You know what? Suits me just fine. Oh, barbarian spawning noise. Who knows where that is? Do a quick visual survey of the territory we can see. Most barbarian locations wouldn't really be a problem. It would have to be north of our cities for it to be our problem. And we do have units. Like, it's not the end of the world. We could fight a barbarian. Okay, John Curtin, before I re-ally with you, let me see if I can do something over here. So we could give him one of our great works. It's going to be a little while before we're ready to house 2 great works of writing. How are we doing on the great writer points? Like, am I likely to get the next great writer? We have twice as many points as Australia does. I wonder if... So at 28 per turn, he's going to have this great person in 5 turns. I was going to say, I wonder if we could generate enough faith to steal Alfred Nobel via patronage, but I don't think so. So I think the answer is we can afford to give away a great work to Genghis Khan. That'll give us 7 more points of relationship, because it'll refresh our favorable trade deals. We got our extra dies back. Let's give this gift. And he already has dies, but Okay, that refreshed our trade deal thing. Now, do you like me enough for an embassy? No. If we can get the embassy going, that'll really help with securing some kind of foothold toward friendliness. That said, re-allying with John Curtin is probably going to make him angry more than anything. So I feel like maybe we shouldn't. Yeah, I think I'm not going to. Not right this second. Let's see if we can... Okay, give Genghis Khan a moment to consider our gift. See if we can get an embassy going with him. We can re-up our alliance in a couple of turns, maybe, if that works. Hold on. John Curtin built the Statue of Liberty. Oh dear. Oh no! We didn't kill him. Where the heck is the camp? Huh. I don't see his camp. I don't know where this guy's from. Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. Another 5 points for our relationship. Oh wow, it worked. Okay, cool. So now we can redeclare with him as well. I should have allied with Genghis Khan first. Can we do a research alliance? Would you do that? Okay, so now we'll get science out of trading with him. The cultural alliance is important for us. We do want to have a cultural alliance, but the big value of a cultural alliance doesn't come in until you have a level 2 alliance. So... does he want 1 gold per turn? Okay, look, now you're getting the better end of the deal. Yeah, the really important part of the cultural alliance comes in at level 2 when you start getting extra grade people points. So really, all we need to do for now is have our alliances building toward level 2. Okay, well... I'm a lot happier about our position now. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I forgot to buy my builder. So we want to buy a builder here. Absolutely not. Oh, there's the barbarian camp right there. Okay, well, we gotta handle that. Do we have any other guys in the area? Not really. How many turns would it take you to get over here? I don't know what... Wow, okay. You're good. Just stay where you are. I don't know how many turns it's, or what kind of barbarians we're going to see here. They're probably going to outclass our units pretty significantly, actually. I'm a little worried about that. But this is also a barbarian camp that's within 2 spaces of Genghis Khan's border, so he might handle it for us. So where do I want to buy? I think we want to buy the builder over here. Both of these cities could use some more improvements. Wow, what happened to this apostle? Had some pretty fierce debates with somebody. I guess let's grab the extra coffee. We could be trading that. We could be making even more money. So, wonders that have great work slots at them. The wonder itself produces tourism basically as though it was a great work, at least until you start getting the policy cards that really improve the tourism from your works. Huh, I thought he finished... Oh, you know what? I probably got a notification that he was starting to build the Statue of Liberty earlier, and I was just zoomed right past it, because honestly, I don't care. Alright, so the Hague's about to get 8 more production. And at that point, it will definitely need to build its own theater square. Let's get this, and who doesn't have coffee? You know what? I will actually absolutely take a luxury that I don't have access to right now. How are we feeling about amenities at this point? We're actually cool. This'll update probably when we hit end turn. So Amsterdam will be fine. We'll re-garrison a unit there after we deal with the barbarians. All right, Forbidden City. That is also not a high priority for us. I love this Australian frigate that's just hanging out over here, keeping our waters safe. Okay, so that's a pike and shot. The city-states are helping us out. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so we'll make a mine here. That'll be a big boost to industry for Harlem. We're about to have that finished so we can make another trade route. Honestly, I think we're recovering. Time will tell if it was too late, but we're back in the game. We're getting back in the game. Maybe we're back in the game is a little aggressive. If we lose this wonder, it will be a bummer, but it won't be the end of the world. Okay, Japan is denouncing us because they don't like John Curtin, or they don't like Mongolia, or something. The barbarians have vacated their camp for reasons I do not understand. Well, let's threaten it. And now, we actually have, like, pretty good production in this city at this point. I don't think it matters where we build this. There's no way to get adjacent to a river for the river adjacency. We can't build it adjacent to the harbor because there's no land over there. I'm thinking if we end up building this city its own industrial zone, it'll probably be here. Or, like, it'll be near these mines. So I guess here's fine. I think we can get the adjacency bonus stuff going. Yeah, let's just build it here. Alright, 12 turns to that. I'm gonna work on this shipyard. It's probably gonna take a minute. And we're probably gonna just buy this trader. I think that probably is the best way to do this. So Rotterdam needs help making stuff happen. Trader's 405. We're 1 gold short. Alright, well, we'll do it next turn. We want to run a trade route to Mongolia. Oh no, they're attacking us with a great raider. Okay, we cannot one-shot this scout. It's going to take both of our units to clear the camp, but we got there. I'm a little worried about our era score. We're not really earning any era score at all. Alright, so that gets our industrial zone to 8. And with 2 envoys... Honestly, at this point, small amounts of gold are probably better than small amounts of culture. I think we have 2 markets now, right? I believe. No, that's right. I never did build a commercial district in this city. We still need to do that. Alright, well, I just bought a tile, so we don't have the money for the trader again. We'll buy the trader this turn. For some reason, there's an Australian catapult in the frozen north. I was going to say maybe we should buy it in Amsterdam, actually, to speed up the theater, but actually, there's so little time left on that theater, we're unlikely to make a difference doing that. We definitely need the production over here. Send our troops to cities to take advantage of the bonus amenity from garrisons. Mongolia just finished industrialization, so at least we're not that far behind on that. John Curtin finished the wonder that you get from industrialization. And we've got access to neighborhoods. I'm pretty happy about that. So obviously we don't need public transport. Military research is not any good for us. It's kind of not a very large bonus. I think we're just keeping things as they are, right? Once we're done building the Bolshoi Ballet, it might be a little while, on Bolshoi Theater, it might be a little while before we build another wonder, so we'll probably cut that card and run something else. Okay, I see here 4 industry, 2 science, and 2 culture. That looks like the winner to me. So running a couple of trade routes to Genghis Khan has a couple of different benefits. Number 1, it increases his approval of us. He likes us more because we have a mutual trade route. It looks like that modifier has not shown up yet, but it does exist. And also, it affects our tourism output to him. So you can see, boost 25% for having a trade route, 25% for having open borders. It is reduced by having a different government. We should probably get open borders with him. No, wait, we do have open borders, right? I think all alliances give you open borders. It's, his borders are not showing as porous. They often appear as dotted lines. Like, yeah, like this. This is how they're supposed to look when you have open borders with somebody. Well, whatever. So we've got our neighborhoods now. We need to get to the policy cards that give us extra culture output. Or extra tourism output. So Arsenal of Democracy is pretty great. Where are... There's a card somewhere that gives you extra tourism output from Great Works. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Great Works of Art and Artifacts. That's pretty far out. We probably actually just want to head toward suffrage. Natural history is a prerequisite, so we'll go through natural history, get the ability to make archaeologists, which we may do. But really, we need a government that has 1 more yellow slot. That sounds like the best thing in the world. It would be really cool if we could eventually be friendly with everybody. It's a lot easier to get tourism exported to people when you're friendly with them. A catapult, a crossbowman corps, and an anti-tank crew. Walk into a bar. Man, I hate that barbarian noise. If it's going to tell you when camp spawn, okay, it's over here. It should also give you a little notification. Hey, a camp has spawned in a place you can see, so that you can click on it and it can just take you there. We better go check it out. This is one of the more annoying spots for that to happen in. We might need to buy a military unit or something. Yeah, as it is, we're going to Dark Age, by the way. Like, I don't know that we have a lot of options on that score. Right, because how long are we? We're 10 turns out from the next era, and we would need to generate 20 era score. We've got no era score at all. However, the Golden Age has been extremely good to us. It's easy to fall into a Dark Age after a Golden Age because you don't have a dedication generating era score for you. But also, we're not doing anything that makes era score. Let's threaten this barbarian camp. Alright, pike and shot, so obviously it would be great if I didn't have to fight that unit directly with my horsemen. It would also be great if those units stopped spawning forever. That would be pretty cool. Alright. It looks like we are going to get our wonder, and another place to put a great work of writing, and a place to put our great work of music. We're working on producing a couple of more amphitheaters. We almost have our second art museum.
I think the human race made a big...
Hey, look, a point of era score. Oh, awesome. We have 2 sources of coal right in here. This would be a fantastic spot for another industrial zone. That might be a thing worth considering. So the next builder obviously is going to be over here, improving those sources of coal. You just kind of like get over here. We do still need to pick up the niter as well. I want to be close enough to draw this guy out of the camp, but not so close that he can hit me. You're good, just stay there. Looks like we've got our theater. Yeah, alright. You're gonna start making progress again here. Mongolia is looking to found a city with their newly trained settler. We gotta get some of those newly trained settlers. We might have to make a couple settlers. I guess in Rotterdam, maybe?
I conclude then this point touching upon the power war is hell.
Okay, we've completed some stuff. You can wake up and immediately
the wretch.
Make a great work. So we need to make some settlers. It would be nice if we could make them here because this is where Magnus is. 10 turns is kind of a long time, but yeah. Let's go for it. Right over here, we need to make an amphitheater. Oh good, Mongolia showed up to help us out. Genghis Khan turning out to be the hero we need is probably the weirdest thing that has happened so far. Been a strange game, in a lot of ways. Alright, 2 envoys. I think this is probably the best thing to do with them. We're probably not going to be able to maintain suzerainty of any city-state without employing the diplomat governor, which I'm not going to do because we just like we don't have time for that. All of our next governor title goes to Reina. I guess we're going to get another one shortly afterward. I don't know what we'll do with that. Probably won't be get the diplomat. It'll probably be improve one of our existing governors. Okay, camp is cleared. Another camp appeared immediately. I was going to send everybody back to the cities to provide amenities, but I guess we'll check this out. I mean, honestly, that one's close enough to that city-state. I probably don't have to worry about it. Let's rebase to Harlem, where in 6 turns we will create another great work of writing. And our tourism value is climbing. It's getting better. Yeah, look how good an industrial zone right here would be. I think we have the district slot too. Triggers the Eureka moment for a random tech from an era, and universities provide +4 science. I don't know. Jesus, look at how you have 40 great merchant points. Like, I would love to get this. That's never going to happen. It looks like we are on track to get Gustav Eiffel, though. That's pretty handy. And in fact, we shouldn't need to do patronage, although the AI can use patronage. I really want to save my faith for a naturalist. We'll peek back in here. We'll have another look at that in a couple of turns. I would really like that particular great engineer, because obviously there are some wonders coming up that we would like to get. You just chill here for a little while. So, I don't think this is an excellent great person for us. I think let's pass on this one. Universities provide +4 science. We only have 1 university, although I guess +4 science is actually considerable. We do have a campus where we could build a 2nd university. No, I'm going to pass on this one. It'll put us in a good position to get the next one. Alright, everybody's making peace. Everybody's calming the hell down. Yeah. This is rough. It looks like Japan and Indonesia are forging a friendship that stands in opposition to the rest of us. Okay, that's a shame. That's one I would have liked, but also it's not one that we were likely to get.
Colonialism. The enforced spread of the rule of reason. But who is going to spread it among the colonizers?
I don't think we want any of these cards, but we do probably want to pull skyscrapers for the moment. Which we could replace with... production toward settlers, probably. For the moment, at least. Look, we got him. We're helping. Maybe Japan will like us again. The only reason they ever liked us in the first place was because we were clearing barbarians, I believe, so... I think we just bank envoys until we can get maxed out with Kumasi. A little bit more culture from our museums. It would be neat to get this unique bonus, but Hojo has 20 envoys here, so... feels like it's probably not happening. This factor will be really good for us. And then, we're going to need to solve some housing problems by building neighborhoods. You know, The Hague was a weak city when we founded it, but it's really come around. It's a much, much more useful place than I was afraid it might ever be. I'm going to run you to here, and you to here, because it's much easier for the cavalry unit to respond over a long distance. But the odds that Genghis Khan will ever attack us are pretty poor. I think we've solved that particular problem. So I'm going to buy a builder over here. Just buy the amphitheater. I'm trying to think, what else do we need to buy? What does it cost to purchase a settler? Because I wouldn't mind having a couple more settlers. It's 800 to buy a settler right now. I'm thinking we could found this city like I was talking about, and then we could found other cities over here, just to have more land. Obviously, it would be great to found on a river. Which we cannot do over here. His cities are too close. Right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all of the tiles on this river are unfoundable because of this city. And we have some islands over here that we could found on. Like, we could found over here, I guess. Don't really see anywhere to put down on the other land masses. Yeah, this city would be not great, but fine. City like right here, I'm thinking. Here has a better harbor adjacency bonus because we can get 2 things. This is probably better growth prospects. It would probably be here. And here. And actually, what's the appeal of the tiles over here? This is something we have to start thinking about. Oh, okay. Something I like about this is that it covers the only non-breathtaking tile in the area. But maybe it would actually be better to build over the stone. And then all of these tiles would be... yeah, this is within 3. These are within 3. We'd have a lot of good tiles available to us for building resorts on. We'll just build the second settler. It'll be fine. Indonesia is denouncing everybody. Holy crap. Japan and Indonesia are now declared friends. Okay, so we've sort of organized into 2 power blocks. We probably don't need this trade route running out of here so much anymore. We get the coal. So it is the case that we are running at least 1 trade route to... yeah, okay, we're running trade routes to Genghis Khan and John Curtin. So this trade route we're about to run can just go to whatever city is best, and we don't need it to maintain trade with one of our partners. That said, it's almost certainly going to be running to one of our partners because of how good trade routes to allies are once you have the appropriate policy. Yep, so that's why you mine coal, because 7 production is how much that tile's putting out. 24921 is pretty good. 4913. Okay, I like that. I like the extra culture. I like the extra science over the extra culture, right? How about 2 of both? Why not both? Okay. Once the shipyard's complete, this city is going to be a little bit more powerful. Just about to get our amphitheaters online and finally be able to, for the first time in a long time, we're going to have extra great work of writing slots. Guitars have declared war on John Curtin. Okay, well, I don't think that matters. Armagh would like me to construct a water park, which I probably will do. We need museums. Get our 3rd art museum up, and then we'll probably build at least 1 archaeological. Alright, so we Dark Aged. So +1 era score for each trade route completed. We're still actually building a lot of pre-industrial buildings. Like, we're trying to work out our amphitheaters and museums and stuff. So this is not too good for us. We probably won't actually fight what's her name at all, so I'm not worried about this. So it's really between reform the coinage and wish you were here. We are going to extract almost certainly at most 3 artifacts over the course of this age, so we probably just want to reform the coinage. Because we're only going to have the 1 archaeological museum. So now we have access to some new policies. What are the Dark Age policies at this point in the game? Farms produce plus food, all cities plus 2 housing, plus 100% industrial zone adjacency bonuses, but great people are earned slower. Dude, plus 100% adjacency bonuses for industrial zones is so good for us. Plus 50% gold in cities with a stock exchange, plus 25% production in cities with a factory, but minus 2 amenities in all cities. Boy, that I think is underselling the damage that robber barons do, but okay. These are both pretty interesting. The thing is, we really need our great people points. But we could build some pretty good wonders off of those industrial zone adjacency bonuses, or just some pretty good everything. Where are we at on great people? Like, we're about to get the first great musician. Our first great musician. I don't know if this is the first. Having our great artist points. I don't super love that. Having our great writer points wouldn't be a problem. Somebody did patronage Gustav Eiffel. That's a shame. I mean, somebody must have patronaged Eiffel and then the one after him in order for the number of points needed for the next engineer to go up this high. So we're never going to get another great engineer, probably. With Australia having double our output and us not being close to one anymore. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're going to increase our great engineer points. But I think we can maybe run this for a little while just to like really push stuff. So let's kill expropriation. I think we want to keep natural philosophy. It's pretty big. We'll run collectivism for a little while to help us get some stuff done. Yeah, took some turns off of some things right away. Then we will cut collectivism in a little while. Probably not right away, but like maybe when the next thing finishes. Also, we can just change our cultures whenever we want, or our culture stuff whenever we want. Because the only thing you have to do to unlock your culture slots is pay a bit of gold. And boy, oh boy, do we have gold.
In all works on natural history.
Alright, so let's get... Triggers the Eureka for computers and 1 random tech from the modern era. That's not actually better, but... Computers is pretty important. The computers tech doubles your tourism output. Just all of it. All of your tourism. So, I think we ought to take that. Take you and produce a great work of music right away, and then we're going to have to wait a little while before we have another great work of music slot. Yep, there's antiquity sites all over the place. We don't even need to look at that right now. Alright, we're starting to pull our era score up. Probably we will not Dark Age again, I hope. And then, I guess we're holding on to envoys to push to Lisbon, I suppose. So we only have 2 cities that are actually benefiting from this policy, but I think it's still pretty good. Mongolia is trading with Japan. That's good for us. Maybe Japan can be convinced out of their partnership with Indonesia. Indonesia going to war may be what we need to drive a wedge between the two of them. Because if she does anything at all that generates warmonger penalties, he might turn on her. Hold on, let's look at this through the appeal lens. So this is a hilly tile. Are you allowed to construct seaside resorts on hills? No, it's got to be flatland. Alright, so I was just debating whether or not this would be settling here would be taking away a seaside resort, and I think the answer is no. So let's go ahead and settle here. The reason I want to be here instead of here is that I want the harbor site with the better adjacency bonus. Alright, produce me 1 more. And we're doing them here because our Magnus is upgraded to make it not cost us a population. He's going to need a little help with that one, though. I would like the amenity, but I don't want to give you access to coal. What I would like is if you did not take off and win the game somehow.
If you owe the bank $100, that's your problem. If you owe...
Alright, so our quarries are producing money now too. We have a couple of decent quarries. In 7 turns we'll have a couple of museums up. Why don't we go build some polders? This city's probably working a bunch of garbage tiles. This farm needs to be improved. These polders do need to get built. I'm actually just going to buy another builder over here, I think. Alright, so we don't have a wonder we want to work on right now. The Temple of Artemis still hasn't been built? Weird. It has to be built adjacent to a camp. Maybe nobody has one? That can't be the case. Nobody has a camp? So you build camps on certain types of animal resources. Deer are very common. Foxes, elephants. Strange. Alright, we're about to hit our housing soft cap here. We really should have a neighborhood. I'm trying to think, where should it be? I guess this is an okay tile for it. This is kind of out of the way. We don't need it for anything else. That'll give us enough housing that we probably won't have to worry about Amsterdam's population, like, anymore. Certainly not for a very long while. Oh no! My auto-exploring warrior. I forgot about this guy. He's being attacked by a quadrireme in the year 1500. Fun! The trade route to Hobart seems pretty bad now. It was probably the right choice when I initially made it. Is this the only trade route we're running to? No, John Curtin's got a trade route coming from somewhere else. So we could redirect this to somewhere that will just give us better yields. Like, Palenque's not bad. It trades a point of culture for a point of science, and then also gains 2 gold and 2... Yeah, let's just do this. It's fine, we'll keep that running over there. Indonesia just switched to democracy. They're probably not that far ahead of us culturally, then. It would be nice if they weren't ahead of us at all, but... We had kind of a weird, a weird early and mid game, so, you know, we're doing what we can. I just want to make a theater squares, like, really... hammer out these culture buildings as quickly as we can now. This is something I would have liked to have been doing during the last episode, when we were instead preparing for war, building walls and stuff. It is usually the case on Deity that you cannot get away with not ever building defenses. We got kind of lucky getting away with it as long as we did, on the back of Alexander's interference. Mongolia is attacking Australia. Huh. Not great. Yeah, it's pretty whatever, honestly. Actually, I don't care that much. Oh, look at all the money. So... you need to go here, make this happen. Come down here and make that finally happen. It'll be a little bit of extra food for all the farms from the adjacency. Rotterdam needs production a lot more than it needs food, I guess. We don't have a huge amount of options for that, though. So when we finish mobilization, which we're using to rush this museum, or when we finish mobilization, we'll probably swap to the other Dark Age policy that looks neat, because we're using that one right now to rush that museum. Alright, we can probably put you back on Auto Explore now. Also, like, I hate to say this, the way it's going to sound worse than I mean it, but it kind of doesn't matter to me if you die. Like, a little bit. Alright, it's going to be a long time before Utrecht produces anything of value, but more population is good. Having the slots on which to build seaside resorts is good. Australia has a spy who is a rocket scientist. That's cool. Alright. Oh wow, the world's first neighborhood. I'm a little surprised by that. Maybe the AI doesn't value them very highly? Alright, so you've got your neighborhood. What else do we need? We need builders. I guess I could produce one more settler to take over, like, this spot. Just to get us some density, get us a lot of coastline. Now, the city doesn't have to be coastal. I could build it, like, here, and that would allow me to aqueduct to the freshwater source. Because housing is more important than the coastal part, right? The odds that we're going to finish the harbor and actually have it be super useful are pretty low. This settler's the one who's going to go take all the island stuff. And again, we're like, largely what we're doing here is we're claiming territory that we can later build parks and seaside resorts on. This is not, these cities are not about developing into cities. Stealing my great artist, Mongolia, you're killing me. Maybe he'll trade me some great works. I traded him some great works.
Claims that cannot be tested.
Maybe he'll do it out of loyalty. Yay, adjacent polders, we did it! It's like the good polar buffs are on like replaceable parts, right? It actually does buff our farms again too. We're definitely going for computers, but we'll come back and get this. All right, so we're not that far off of radio, which will allow us to build broadcast centers. The next important work. That's also where the seaside resort is. Yeah, we're coming along. I still don't know if we're going to be able to win our cultural victory in time. I did not do a good job of accelerating us out of our start, but we're at least back in the game, and I feel a lot better about our position now than I once did. Yeah, look at all that food. It's beautiful. Rotterdam needs a neighborhood pretty badly, I think. So do we want to buy another builder over here? I think I do, right? We got farms we can improve. We need to get that niter. That'll be helpful because that'll be a high production space once the mine is on it. Alright, 2 more museums. A lot of great artist points coming in. The Hague can start building our first archaeologist. Boy, those sure do take forever. That's a city that has good industrial output. Would we be better off? The industrial zone's not really faster. Alright, we'll do the industrial zone next here. We don't want to go straight to an... I mean, a neighborhood wouldn't be terrible. We should probably build the quick housing improvements as we reach our housing cap there. Alright, let's go, I guess, improve the fish. What is the state of this war? So Guitarja managed to peace out with everybody. Whoa, absolutely not. I'm the only person they're still at war with. But they're really dedicated to that war. And that's screwing up my relations with Japan. Because they're friends. We've got to get out of this war. Like, I don't want her... Now that I'm the only person she's at war with, I don't want her deciding that she's going to take out... Like, these city locations need to be safe. You know what? That peace deal that she wanted was not as expensive. But we have 88 GPT right now. You know what? Fine. Fine. Let's just get out of here. Yep, she views that as a very favorable trade deal. We're going to have trouble with her forever. Well, whatever. It doesn't have to be war trouble. Alright, so this is the point I wanted to get to before I... Oh, we could give her open borders with us. That'll, first of all, help to calm her down, and secondly, if we get an even open borders trade, it'll increase our rate of tourism output to her. Yes, actually. And I'm sure he's offering me what he believes is a favorable deal, so probably taking that is good for our relations with him. Okay. We rushed the things we needed to rush. I think we can... Do I want to run this? We only have one city that has a factory. And we need to get our great people points going again. So this probably just becomes a yellow slot again. What do we do with it? You know, we're still producing settlers in that, in Rotterdam. I think it's fine to accelerate that. Alright, we finally have Curator. So I'd really like her to stay here because she's doing a good job of boosting this. We can bounce a couple of great works over to her amphitheater. But we have the Shoot. We have all the wonders over here. She just doubles the tourism from Great Works, right? Yeah. But we have 2 wonders over here that are holding Great Works. It really does make more sense for her to be here. It's just if we move her out of The Hague, it loses 8 production. No, we're going to keep them where they are right now. We're going to move some Great Works over to The Hague for her to double. The production's too valuable while we're still building the archaeologist. We can consider the swap later. Alright, so we're moving through the eras quickly. We are going to be on normal age pretty soon. I think we're going to secure that. Oh, right, yeah, because all of a sudden we're taking loyalty pressure. We probably do have to keep this as a cultural alliance for now, even though I would rather run the cultural alliance over where we have level 2 alliances, just because during the Dark Age we need this loyalty effect. We need for his cities not to exert loyalty pressure on us. Once we're out of our Dark Age, things will be a little better. Okay, let's redeclare with you. And bonus envoy points for every city-state that is tributary to your ally. That's not that good for him. Let's go research alliance with him for now. Just get free Eurekas. Oh, hey, look at that. He's not even going to gouge us for 1 GPT anymore. Okay, so let's turn on the appeal lens. There's actually... you can make a... I believe you can make a seaside resort on a charming tile. The appeal of these tiles is not as high as I would like. Well, we compound here and start building an aqueduct. I would rather do it here, or rather found the city here than here, and I'll have to aqueduct over the wheat. I think we would rather keep these 2 wheat together, adjacent farms and whatnot. And again, this city's mostly about claiming coastline. Alright, well I think it's time to finally build that university. It's time to finally build this stupa. Sorry. Amenities. These are important. Alright, and I think with that, we are going to have to call it for today. We're definitely making some progress. Oh, hey, you need to...
This intelligence brought...
Yeah, you need to wake up and make your great work. I totally forgot about that. So we're at 120 tourism. It's not enough. Let's see. We are currently winning the cultural victory, but you can see the gap is closing. The other players are outputting more and more culture, or more and more tourism, and the amount of tourists we need is climbing rapidly because the other players are outputting a lot of culture. We haven't really started acquiring the social policies that are going to double our rates of tourism output. As our culture is high enough, we're going to get them, and relatively soon, but it's kind of an uphill struggle here, and John Curtin is making really good progress. Oh man, if John Curtin completes his moon landing, he's going to gain a huge amount of culture, which may make it impossible for us to win the culture victory as long as he's still in the game. Yeah, we're back in the game, but we very well might still lose. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if we can figure out a way to either convert him over to our side or maybe into radioactive dust. And we'll see you then.